Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and today I'm going to be covering Sam and Max Save the World, which is a remaster of the original 2006 Sam and Max game that was originally released by Telltale Games. Do you remember them back in the day? What a shame they are no longer with us as they used to be. But this game is developed and published by Skunk Ape Games, who was basically formed by some of the original sort of people from Telltale Games, and they have a big connection and a love of the Sam and Max games, the original ones they made with Telltale, and they wanted to bring it back. So they've re-released the game, and not only have they re-released it, they have upgraded it, improved it, and brought them out in separate packages. So originally when these came out with Telltale, it was the sort of seasons, and you got them bit by bit, like the old Telltale games were, sort of chunk by chunk. This one, it has them all included, and you can play through them all at once or bit by bit, however you want to play it. Now the game features, not only is it a port, but it's remastered with improved graphics, 5 new musical tracks, but it keeps the same humour and sort of puzzles that were in the original game, as well as the gameplay, but they've just sort of tweaked a few little bits here and there to improve it overall with a really nice shiny new coat of paint. So the premise of this game is you play as Sam and Max, who are one is a 6-foot canine and the other is like a rabbit-thing, and they are a freelance police team basically. And the plot is it's just another day at the office when the commissioner calls in with a disturbing report. Former child stars are running amok in the street. What starts as an open and shut case of idiotic vandalism balloons into an all-out conspiracy as Sam and Max encounter one miscreant after another who have been mysteriously hypnotized. And it likes to inform you as well that you can tell that they're hypnotized by the spinny thing that they do with their eyes. So who is the source of this, and what is their dastardly plan? Cracking this case will require Sam's nose for detective work, Max's lack of conscience and an assortment of inventory items, and a little help from neighbours Sybil Pandemik, which is ironically named right now, Bosco and Jimmy Two Teeth. So you go from Sam and Max's street to the White House lawn, inside the internet, and all the way to the moon. This baffling mystery gets weirder and funnier as it unfolds. Now, I absolutely love sort of these classic adventure-style games, like point-and-click games. Now, I've played pretty much all of the old Telltale games, except Sam and Max. I'd played the episode 1 of the first season, but for some reason, when I had a 360, I never kept playing Sam and Max. So when I got offered the chance to review the new version, the newest game, which is the second season, which has just come out, they also said, "Oh, have you played the first one?" I was like, "No, I haven't." And they're like, "Do you want to try that as well?" And I was like, "Yes." So I've got a full review of the second game coming very soon to the website. It's got a lot of details in there, a lot of comparisons for the graphics and stuff like that, so keep an eye out on that. But I thought I'd do a quick video review of the original game before then, just for anyone who wants to sort of follow along. Now, they've done a fantastic job with this. Like I say, the dialogue is hilarious. I have seen online people have complained that they have tweaked some of the dialogue, but from what I can tell, they've just sort of made it slightly less offensive in certain points. That, well, it may offend some people, but to be fair, they're just modernising it, making it for sort of modern people, and that's fine. If you've got an issue with a few lines of dialogue being changed, there's more an issue with you than of the game. But I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. So the gameplay, obviously, you walk around the areas you're in. You can interact with characters with loads of different dialogue options. You can pick up items. You can use items, etc. You can sort of like combine items. The standard sort of point-and-click adventure fare to progress the plot. The gameplay itself, each chapter usually takes a couple of hours. I got through the first one quite quickly because I could remember roughly what I'd done when I originally played the game. But the second chapter onwards it did take me a bit longer to play because, like I say, I was more of a suck it and see what does this item work, does that item work, sort of trying to figure out the puzzles basically as I went by. But even if you struggle, some of the puzzles are challenging. They're not like the worst I've ever had in a game. But you can there's no sort of punishment for sort of repeating yourself. So if you mess it up, you can just do it again. You might get a bit annoyed with the repetitive dialogue, but there's nothing stopping you doing that. Now, the game itself, like I say, took me around between 15 and 20 hours overall to complete all of the chapters. A lot of the achievements are story based. There are some missable ones, so just bear that in mind before you go in. But the majority you get for just sort of completing each of the missions, basically. Now, the game is playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, and it does have 4K and HDR10 capabilities, and it's priced at £16.74. And I think that's a fair price for a game that's had a very good remaster. Like I say, they've really up-resed all the graphics, all the textures and the models look fantastic. It's fully narrated, like, and voice acted, and it's absolutely hilarious. It looks great. They've done a fantastic job. They've even like updated the music and stuff like that. So I highly recommend it for anyone who likes the old sort of point and click adventure games. Those games like Double Fine used to make, like Full Throttle and Grim Fandango, or people that even like Telltale games. Like I said, it still plays like an old Telltale game. Definitely feels a lot like the Wallace and Gromit game that I've played recently again. So I highly recommend you check this out. Really, really good. One of the funnier point and click games I've played in a long time, and I can't wait to finish the rest of them when they come out, because they have said they're going to be remastering the entire sort of Sam & Max series that was originally brought out by Telltale, and I think that'll be 4 games if I'm right. It's either 3 or 4 seasons they made originally. But like I say, keep an eye out on the website www.xblpodcast.com for the full sequel, like the second part review, which will be coming very soon. But if you've liked this video, please hit like, please hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you've played this game and what other sort of games of this genre you think are worth us checking out. But that's it for this video, guys. See you soon. Bye for now.